Tiger TV News with Hunter Cole. Mason Orr. Logan Confan. Featuring Josh Wonderly, Evan Santos, Aiden Tregear, Reese Fenstermacher, Seth Wagner, Amanda Beidler, Dylan Wenner, Mason Harris, Joe Hines, and your host, Mr. Gaston.
Hi, I'm Seth Wagner, and welcome to another episode of Tiger TV News. We start with Blurb. Blurb is an after-school activity that happens once a year. Let's send it to Amanda with more information.
Fleetwood's art department held a writer's workshop called Blurb. Blurb is an event that lets students express themselves through creative ways of writing, and it kickstarts the theme for this year's artifact. Originally, Blurb was going to be held on Friday, December 15th, from 2:30 to 3:30 after school in the auditorium, but due to bad weather, Blurb was canceled and moved to Wednesday, December 20th. Students were able to choose between different tables with different prompts on each table. Every table had objects placed in the center to help spark some creativity. Some of the objects included plants, a typewriter, a house, and photographs. Different forms of writing were expressed by each student.
A lot of the prompts that we're going to have in Blurb is there to inspire writing. A lot of time we get poetry or short little fiction.
Students were then able to submit any piece they composed to Artifact.
We asked Gary Doristan his thoughts and feelings on Blurb.
Just like kind of write what they're feeling and just kind of just like express themselves without having to be like afraid. Being involved, like around people who are loving and caring, and like kind of just like be in a comfortable environment for a little bit of time.
Blurb was very well received by students who enjoyed the ambient lighting and a unique setting in which they were easily able to write creatively. Reporting from Tiger TV, I'm Amanda Beidler. Back to you, Seth.
Thanks, Amanda. Recently, Fleetwood faced Exeter in a basketball game at home. Let's send it to Dylan with more information.
On January 10th, 2018, the 3-7 Fleetwood Tigers faced the 7-4 Exeter Eagles. Exeter is coming off 2 straight losses to Berks Catholic and Reading. Exeter is a very talented team that is led by sophomore guard Alex Javier. The Tigers have struggled as of late, only winning 1 of the past 4. Exeter jumped out to an early lead, leading 12-7 at the end of the first quarter. Exeter continued that momentum into the second quarter by winning the second quarter 20-12 to take a 32-19 halftime lead. Exeter continued their dominance by winning the next 2 quarters. Exeter advanced to 8-4 after a very convincing 55-34 win over the Tigers. Senior guard Davion Singleton tied his season high with 11 points for Exeter. For the Tigers, seniors Ryan Miller, Nate McCurry, and Kyle Jurgensen combined for 32 of the 34 points. Exeter looks to continue their dominance in a matchup on Friday at Daniel Boone, while the Tigers look to get back on track against Twin Valley on Friday.
Well, they played well. I mean, our shots just didn't fall, and theirs did, so that's about it. We could have picked up the defensive intensity, to be honest with you. I mean, we slacked a little bit, and partially it was my fault, but overall we could have picked up the intensity.
Reporting for Tiger TV News, I'm Dylan Lennon.
Now we have senior art, an art class available only to 12th graders. Here's Aiden with more on the story.
Senior art is a popular art elective offered to seniors and is the highest level art class in the high school. It is a full-year course where students can be creative and express themselves through art. Students enjoy the freedom they have in this class because it allows them to show off their skills in such a way that pen and paper can't do. Mixed media is something that Mrs. Chisdak encourages students to use in their artwork. Students such as Chantel Cobb incorporate photography into their work to add a whole element of realism.
Senior art is a way that I have found my talents, and it really does challenge what I can do, but it also made me realize that I can do it.
In order to take this elective, you have to have excelled in other art classes because the workload in this class is greater than other art classes.
The goal in the end is for them to create things with their own personal voice attached. So if we would do a portrait project, they might be done in all different kinds of materials. No two should be the same. And we really work with interpretation. So it's really trying to bring your own point of view, your own voice into works of art.
If you're looking for an art class where you can express your skills in a creative way, this class is for you. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Aiden Tregear. Back to you, Seth.
Thanks, Aiden. Now we go to Logan with sports media coverage.
Sports media is a project-oriented class. Students get to research sports-based topics that interest them. We had asked student Blake Wetzel why he had taken this class.
Because I'm interested in sports and I thought it would be interesting. I feel like if you're interested in sports, that it would be a good class just because there's a lot of projects and it seems like an easy, fun class.
Mr. Good teaches this semester course. Most of the work done in this class is computer work. Students also get to watch a movie. If you enjoy sports and would like to do projects involving sports, this elective would interest you. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Logan Confair.
Thanks, Logan. Recently, Tiger TV has been preparing videos for Super Bowl 52. Enjoy. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining. I'm Seth Wagner, and welcome to the Tiger TV News Super Bowl 52 Matinee Team Simulation. On February 4th, the New England Patriots will take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Foles goes head-to-head with the GOAT, Tom Brady. We are here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, at US Bank Stadium. Philadelphia's head coach, Doug Peterson, is appearing in his first ever Super Bowl. Let's start with the coin toss. Philly is the visiting team, so they choose tails and win the toss. They elect to defer to the Patriots. Dion Lewis is back for the Patriots, and Jake Elliott is to kick off. Dion Lewis starts it with a return for 26 yards. After no scoring in the first possessions, the Pats strike first with an 85-yard touchdown pass to Brandon Cooks. The Pats go up 7-0 early in the game. The very next Pats drive, Gostkowski puts up a 43-yard field goal attempt through the uprights. To start off the second quarter, Tom Brady goes deep to Brandon Cooks once again for a 56-yard touchdown pass and an excellent catch. The Eagles answer back quick though, as Nick Foles lasers a 68-yard touchdown pass to Alshon Jeffrey to get scoring started for the Eagles. Late in the second quarter, Jake Elliott nails a 43-yard field goal to make it a 7-point game. Right before halftime, Tom Brady fires to Dwayne Allen for a 10-yard touchdown pass and a good cushion heading into the second half. Patriots dominate through the first half and continue at the beginning of the second with a block punt by Devin McCurdy. And the Pats return it for a touchdown. After another New England stop, Gostkowski tacks on 3 more from 28 yards out. Jay Ajayi breaks a few tackles as he runs in a 33-yard touchdown. Eagles then convert a 2-point conversion. Zach Ertz then takes it the distance with a 57-yard touchdown catch. After the touchdown catch, Zach Ertz then converts the 2-point conversion. After a short Philadelphia rally, Dion Lewis makes a 1-yard touchdown run. Eagles strike back quickly though, with another Jay Ajayi touchdown run from 10 yards out. The next drive, the Patriots drive down the field and Gostkowski once again hits from 45 yards out. The Eagles drive back fast though, as Elliott hits from a deep 52 yards out. After a failed onside kick try, the Pats tack on 3 more. As the Eagles make their final push, Duron Harmon seals the deal with the game-winning interception. The Patriots beat the Eagles in Super Bowl 52, 47-36. Tom Brady was being Tom Brady, going 26 for 36, throwing 3 touchdown passes and passing for 413 yards, and was named Super Bowl MVP. The Eagles remain Super Bowl-less, and the Pats join the Steelers with 6 Super Bowl rings. Reporting for Tiger TV News, I'm Seth Wagner.
Welcome to the Tiger TV Super Bowl 52 debate. Today we have McKenna Rapicelli representing the Philadelphia Eagles and Sean Fortner representing the New England Patriots. Guys, thank you for joining us. Okay, let's get right to it. McKenna, why do you think the Eagles have an edge over the Patriots going into Sunday's game?
Well, the Eagles just have the better overall team. They might be missing their starting quarterback, but Nick Foles has stepped up big time, and they have one of the best ranked rushing. They have the top ranked rushing defense in the NFL. Everyone on the defense plays well together, and they like Doug Peterson said, they're the most. How do I say this? They're the biggest family he's ever had. They play better than any team he's ever been with, and I think it's gonna be the first time there in 13 years. So they're gonna be real hyped up and ready to go. When the Patriots is 6 times for Tom Brady at least, and it's just gonna be another day.
All right. Well. Okay. So let me tell you that we're gonna be just as hyped because guess what? We're coming from the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history. Okay, last year. So we're defending that title. All right, and we just came back, awesome win against the Jags in the AFC Championship. You know, that wasn't our best game, and really, all playoffs, we haven't really had a spectacular game, so Tom Brady is due to go off, all right? So even though we're missing our star, and we have been for, the whole season, Julian Edelman, which is Tom Brady's go-to, he still makes it work with everything. You saw it in the AFC Championship game. We lost Rob Gronkowski to a concussion, but that second half when he was gone, that's when we started really going off and we came back and scored all our points.
McKenna, how do you think the Eagles defense can stop Tom Brady?
I think it's just for any defense, there's no stopping Tom Brady, but it's all about the offense in this game. It's an offensive game. Patriots have one of the worst defenses in the NFL. You need to go out on all cylinders, firing with every player that you have on the offense. And defense, they can step up big with their defensive line. That's going to be the biggest key for the defense, if they can get pressure on Tom Brady or just stop every run they have.
With the Eagles defense, who do you think they could put on Rob Gronkowski to stop him?
Malcolm Jenkins. That's probably your best bet.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because, everyone was looking forward to that matchup, Jalen Ramsey covering Gronk in the AFC Championship game. And he did an okay job, but, there was still blown coverage. Gronk is just too big of a guy. And
yeah, but Malcolm Jenkins is bigger than Jalen Ramsey.
They're about the same size, and Jalen Ramsey, I'd say, is probably a better corner this year. He had a better season, better coverage.
I agree.
But Gronk was still pushing through it, getting open, and you're going to have to double-team him. And if you double-team Gronk, that takes another guy away from all of our vertical threat wide receivers such as Brandon Cooks and Chris Hogan, and we have Amendola in the slot. We have so many weapons out wide, and you're going to have to really spread out your coverage.
Okay, Sean, who do you think is going to be the MVP of Sunday's game, and who do you think is an underdog player that can make noise come Sunday?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the GOAT. Tom Brady is going to be the MVP. Even if he has a slow start like he has been having in the past couple weeks, games, he will just explode in the second half. He'll go off. He'll be named MVP. And as far as the underdog goes, if you consider Dion Lewis an underdog, which I would, I am going to have to say he has a chance of going off because we've seen him explode in the second half of the season. Everyone was, talking about Patriots not having an established run attack, but Dion Lewis just emerged and exploded. He had a couple 100-yard games. He's always a threat in the pass game too. We have James White, good receiving running back. So yeah, you got to watch out for every aspect on offense.
McKenna, same question for you. Who is your MVP and who is your dark horse that can maybe have a standout performance on Sunday?
I think the MVP is Nick Foles just because, for this team to win, he's got to be playing like he did against the Vikings. So if he has a game like that, then it's no question he's the MVP. And I think the dark horse would be Corey Clement, running back for the Eagles. Not many people know about him, but he gets in there and he makes big runs and makes big plays.
All right, guys, final question. Sean, Patriots are 4.5-point favorites. What is your prediction for Sunday's Super Bowl?
I'm going to have to go Eagles. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Obviously, I'm going to pick the Pats, and I'm going to pick them by a healthy margin of 10. So I'm going to say 24-14 Patriots. It's going to be a defensive battle. Until the end, Patriots are going to pull away.
I'm going to go with the Eagles 31-24.
Okay, guys, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Tiger TV. I love you. Thanks for having me.
As we all know, the Eagles play the Patriots in this year's Super Bowl. We will talk about how they acquired their key players that got them to where they are now. Let's start with the Eagles. In 2016, the Eagles drafted Carson Wentz second overall.
Carson Wentz, quarterback, North Dakota State. AA player. There is precedent. Remember Joe Flacco, first-round pick in Baltimore, came out of the University of Delaware.
Wentz led the team to be 11-2 before tearing his ACL in Week 14 against the Rams.
Wentz to his right. Flag is down, and Wentz in for the touchdown.
I do. Torn ACL.
Wentz injured, only one man could take over. Nick Foles. Drafted third round by Philly, he was traded to the Rams March 10th, 2015. He then became a free agent, signed with Kansas City in 2016. He then returned to Philly in 2017. Nick Foles led the Eagles past the Falcons and Vikings in the playoffs.
10. And Foles able to get away and throw. Pass is caught. Jeffrey, touchdown. Eagles are 6 for 8 on third down. Flea flicker. Foles launches downfield. Smith. Touchdown.
But Foles cannot do it alone. Running back Jay Ajayi was traded October 31st, 2017 from the Dolphins.
Looking for the angle. Ajayi dives.
Running back LeGarrette Blount signed with the Eagles May 18th, 2017 from New England. Wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey signed with the Eagles from Chicago.
Perfect touch to Alshon Jeffrey. Touchdown.
Wide receiver Nelson Aguilar was drafted 20th overall in 2015.
The Philadelphia Eagles select Nelson Aguilar, wide receiver, USC.
Tight end Zach Ertz and Lane Johnson were both drafted in the 2013. Defensive end Brandon Graham was drafted in 2010. Former Patriot Chris Long signed with Philadelphia March 31st, 2017. Fletcher Cox was drafted in 2012.
Gets to Joe Flacco, just an outstanding job of driving him.
Patrick Robinson signed March 31st, 2017.
Patrick Robinson back the other way. Looking for a block. Gets it. Robinson for the touchdown.
Cornerback Jalen Mills was drafted in 2016.
Mills stays in bounds. He's inside the 10. To the end zone. Touchdown.
And Malcolm Jenkins, the safety, was signed with Philly from New Orleans in 2014. These players are key to possibly bringing the Lombardi Trophy to Philadelphia for the first time ever. Now for the Patriots, the defending champs. Starting in the year 2000, the Patriots traded a first-round pick for the right to hire Bill Belichick from the Jets. In the same year, the Patriots drafted quarterback Tom Brady, 199th overall. Dion Lewis, the running back, was drafted by Philly, then he was released by the Browns, and then he signed with the Patriots February 6th, 2015.
Second for the Bills today. 3rd and 11. They go screen. Lewis got a lane, got a touchdown.
Running back James White was a 4th-round pick for the Patriots in 2014. Brandon Cooks, the wide receiver, was traded from the Saints for a first and the 3rd-round pick, March 11th, 2017. Wide receiver Danny Amendola signed with the Patriots March 14th from the Rams.
Let's see if he does it. High ball back in the end zone, how you're supposed to throw it there, so it's protected. Right foot, left foot ball. That's a touchdown, Jim. New England has the lead and a shot at heading to the Super Bowl.
Amazing effort, no doubt, by Brady to drive him again, but Amendola.
Tight end Rob Gronkowski was drafted in 2010, 2nd round, 42nd overall by the Patriots.
Got to go to him again. Wide open. Gronk pulls it down for the 2. He's Killum Davis.
In 2015, the Patriots drafted Malcolm Brown.
The New England Patriots select Malcolm Brown, defensive tackle, Texas.
Trey Flowers, their defensive end, was drafted in the 4th round of the 2015 draft. Former Eagles safety Patrick Chung and cornerback Eric Rowe are both on the Patriots. Stephon Gilmore signed with the Patriots March 10th, 2017 from Buffalo.
He gives him a chance. It's just an incredible defensive play by Gilmore. Just an incredible.
Cornerback Malcolm Butler was an undrafted rookie who signed with the Patriots May 19th, 2014. Safety Devin McCourty. He was drafted 1st round in 2010. Will these players be enough to win the Super Bowl in back-to-back years for the Patriots?
Devin McCourty's interception did not
Now,
lead
back to
New
Seth
England.
in the studio.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining Tiger TV with the Super Bowl 52 special. Until next time, I'm Seth Wagner.